from Gateway Pundit. Fake news 60 Minutes star non-political USAID worker is former deep state speechwriter, did not work for USAID, and even had a blog writing about eliminating Trump supporters. But you remember her face if you watched on Monday. 60 Minutes is quickly earning the reputation of being the most fake news of all fake outlets. 60 Minutes is already in court defending their organization when they were caught cutting and pasting Kamala Harris's interview together to make her look like a normal thinking person. Now, this past weekend, 60 Minutes was caught again, this time trying to pass a former speechwriter for USAID chief Samantha Power as a sad and distraught former USAID employee who the Trump administration had recently fired. 60 Minutes aired a segment about a sad young mother, Christina Dry, who was fired from USAID in Washington, D.C. this month. Kristen Dry does not actually work for USAID. She works for XLA and Jefferson Partners, a company that provides speechwriting services for USAID. She was also Samantha Power's speechwriter. That is the former head of the USAID. The entire segment was complete BS. Let's go ahead and go to that segment now, and we'll watch it just to remind you of the lies that 60 Minutes is very carefully crafting to deceive you. Let's watch.
People are really scared. I think that, 12 days ago, people knew where their next paycheck was coming from. They knew how they were going to pay for their kids' daycare, their medical bills, and then all gone overnight.
All gone overnight for Christina Dry and Adam Dubard, fired this month in the chaotic shutdown of foreign aid distributed by the U.S. Agency for International Development,
innocent
USAID.
Bureaucrats. Yeah, we can bring it down. That was the sob story they told. By the way, on the first day President Trump was in office, he canceled the Keystone XL pipeline. I don't seem to recall any 60-minute exposés with weeping oil field workers about their jobs actually being eliminated, even though they actually made things and would have helped this country. No, what we get is the totally fraudulent sob story of a USAID speechwriter, professional activist, crying about the fact that she only got 8 months severance if she ever worked there in the first place, which, in fact, she didn't. These two comms consultants, these communication consultants, were never actually employees of USAID. They presented them as though they were long-term employees who were fired for lack of loyalty. The reality is the exact opposite. And then Natalie Winters discovered that a young leftist, Christina Dry, had a blog where she wrote nasty, uneducated posts on Donald Trump and his supporters. She even wrote about eliminating Trump supporters, saying, quote, "You represent the problem we are trying to eliminate. You represent the privilege we keep talking about." Now, these have been archived. So I really hope you can fully take in the reality of what we just told you, right? You've got these radical, vicious, extremist, far-left activists being posed by 60 Minutes, CBS News, as poor, beleaguered, trustworthy, unbiased, and just hardworking, your down-home government bureaucrats, unfairly fired for lack of loyalty by this despotic president. It's all fraud. This is all a gigantic kabuki show they're putting on for us. And they really do need to be in prison for this.